this evening. Gary, I'm coming to you first.
Come on, let's do it fast. I have a match to play, 1 o'clock.
Okay. Well, I'm seeing an empty seat, but I'm sure you're there, Jose. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Any injury news?
Good news. Ben Davies and Matt Doherty are the only 2 players that are not available to play. So they are still injured, of course, getting better, but no more injury news. So everybody available.
Jurgen Klopp earlier this year called Manchester United the penalty kings. Others have kind of adhered to that view as well. They've had 3 against you, United, in the last 3 games, one in each. Does that concern you?
I cannot go to a football match concerned. I can't. I don't think it's the right frame of mind to go to a football match concerned. So I'm not going concerned, and I don't want my players to go to. We have to go football match with positive feelings, enjoying the game, enjoying the dimension and the difficulty of the game, coping with the responsibility, coping with the pressure, good pressure. So that's what I want. I want to be positive and happy to play against such a giant club and such a good team, and of course with the ambition to win the points, because the points, when the game starts, the points are going to be there on the grass, and we are going to play for the points.
And every reason to be, just as you say, Jose, positive, because you're back at home for the first time in a month on a great run at home, 5 wins in a row in all competitions, scoring, I think, 16 goals. So going in really with that kind of record, all the reason to be optimistic.
I don't look too much for the records, because sometimes things go against the stats or the tendencies or what the records are saying. I go with confidence because I believe in us. I believe in the work we are doing this week to try to prepare the match the best we can. I believe. I don't want to go to the match with other thing in mind than we are ready. We are working well during this week for the wrong reasons, which is knocked out of Europa League, but for the wrong reasons, we were able to have a week to work. We didn't have many for the good reasons. We didn't have many during the season, and now we had it, and that makes me positive. I enjoy the work this week, and I'm positive.
Can I ask you, obviously you handed out a footballing lesson to Manchester United last time. Is that something, that big defeat that United had against you, is that something that you imagine Ollie will use in his team talk? And is it something you will use in your team talk?
I'm sorry, I will answer to your question. I'm just sorry because I just read some sad news about Prince Philip. So I would like to express my condolences to the royal family, and to be very honest and say that I have deep the utmost respect for the royal family. So my deep condolences, and I believe that is not just this country that is going to be sharing these feelings, because I'm not English, and I know that many like myself, we have the utmost respect. So I'm sorry to stop your question. with this. In relation to your question, Gary, I think that 6-1 doesn't reflect the reality. Can happen, of course, can happen sometimes between two big clubs. These crazy results, they can happen, but they happen in an isolated way. I go much more on the direction of the other two previous matches between us and United. We lost 2-1 at Old Trafford with a penalty, and we drew 1-1 at home last season, also with a penalty. I think for me this is more the reality. We are not far from each other. We are not far from each other. So I think it's going to be a difficult match for both. If Solskjaer is going to use that result, I don't know. If it was the opposite, if it was my team losing 6-1 against them, I would just say to my guys, it happened once, it's not going to happen twice. This doesn't reflect the reality. The game is going to be tight and we can win. But I don't know, maybe Solskjaer thinks in a different way.
Great.
Final one
Last
from
Gary.
me. Davison had some racist abuse on social media. The club issued a statement saying it was disgusted. First of all, how is he? And secondly, some clubs, led by Swansea, are having a social media blackout for a week starting today. Would you support something like that?
The club is thinking. The club is analyzing every detail, and the club, of course, wants to make an impact. And the decision that the club will make will be a decision that we, of course, will accept and support. But is an internal discussion about the sad situation. In relation to Davison, of course, there is nothing more to add about the sadness of the situation, but I would just say that he found a lot of love internally because he's a lovely guy and everybody likes him and everybody supported him, and he's fine.
Thank you.
Okay, Ian Abrahams, Talk Sport.
Hi, Jose. How are you?
Ian, I have a football match to play in 10 minutes.
No problem. I don't want to know what position. I presume you're going to play in goal. I saw you playing goal at QPR. No? Okay, go on. Where are you going to play?
I'm fitter now.
Okay.
I can run something.
Okay.
And kick some legs.
Okay. Left back. Right. Going to ask you the first question about United. Is it still special when you play against your old club, United?
Yes, of course it's special. But not special because I've been working there. Special the same way it was before I worked for the club. Special because it's a big club. It's always a big match. I played against United with Chelsea, with Inter, with Real Madrid. I played against United so many times with so many clubs.
With Porto, when you slid on your knees at Old Trafford, and Porto as well.
With Porto too. So it's always difficult, but it's always a good feeling to play against such a club with such an history.
In terms of social media abuse, you've come onto social media in the last year or so, or been very proactive, and you've used it in a funny way to let people know about you and what you think. Would you consider coming off social media now, and for good, or even in a short period of time?
I didn't think about it, and I think the ones that can make really an impact on this and resolve the problem are the media giants. I think everything is in their hands to hand with this sad situation, because, as you say, social media can be funny, can bring people together, can bring people from different continents to look like they are living in the same street. And yes, you are right. I have some fun. I try to be positive, and that's the way it should be. Unfortunately, is not like that. But I believe that even doing different things is not going to be with individuals. Is not even going to be with education, I believe, because honestly, my feeling is that the new generations are not the problem. I think the new generations are much more in the world that we want, without discrimination, without bullying. I think it's not even a problem of education of younger ages. I think it's for the media giants to make a decision and to make that fight. If they want to win that fight, they win it for all of us.
And finally, you mentioned just before about Prince Philip and the sad news today. You've come over to the UK and you've immersed yourself, and you live in London. Would you say that the royal family and Prince Philip and the Queen are what makes Britain special, makes Britain great?
I believe so. I have the utmost respect, and I feel sad for the departure of Prince Philip on a personal basis, because I have only positive feelings, and for the meaning of the family, I feel very sorry. But unfortunately, is live, and we have to keep going.
Okay, we've got time for one more on the broadcast side, so it will be Hugh Ferris. Hugh, I'm just unmuting you now.
Cool. Thank you very much indeed. Hi, Jose. Just Gary mentioned about your home form. Manchester United's away form is extraordinary. 22 Premier League matches unbeaten. Is that a product of this season in particular, or is it a product of the way that they play in particular? And how are you going to end that run tomorrow on Sunday?
I'm not going to comment the records, apart of to say many congratulations for the records. We are going to try to win the match. That's the only thing that I can say. I know that is very, very difficult for many different reasons. It's very, very difficult, but that record is not going to stop us to think and to feel that we can win, and is not going to stop us to fight to win. Then in the end of the match, maybe the result is different, and their record becomes even better, but it's not the record or anything else that is going to stop us to go to the game thinking that we can win it.
Thank you.